Welcome back. Today I'm going to be drawing a full-length version of Batman. So let's get started. First going to start with his face. I'm going to start kind of toward the top of the paper, and I'm just going to make a slanted line in and then a slanted line back out. And this is going to be for the opening part of his face. So then a slight slanted line in on both sides, and then a slight diagonal line down, parallel down on both sides. And these lines kind of come in toward each other, and then a straight line across for the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of 6. It's almost like a hexagon in a way here. We're going to draw a curved line for his mouth. And then right above this area here, we're going to draw kind of 2 slanted diamond shapes. There and there, and that's going to be for his eyes. And now we're going to kind of round out the top of his mask here. So I'm going to bring a line up and a pointed line here for his ear, curved line across. This can kind of come to almost the outside of his eye here, another pointed line up, and then bring this all the way down. And now we're going to make 2 slanted lines out for his shoulders. Across this way, and then one on this side, and that's going to be for his shoulders and his cape. Alright, so continuing down, now we're going to make the kind of the sides of his cape. So this is kind of a curved slanted line out, and Batman is very symmetrical, so we're going to do this on both sides similar. And then we're going to bring a curved line coming all the way across, kind of like a rainbow line, up and around, and then back down and meeting it on the other side. Now in the middle here is where we can make his logo, his bat symbol. So it'll be a curved line, which is covered by the top of his cape here, and then inside here we'll make the bat. So it's going to be kind of a circle, and then 2 pointed lines on the sides, and then we're going to bring a curved line up on both sides, again trying to stay as symmetrical as you can, and then curved lines out on both sides, and then we're going to do a zigzag line coming in, and then a pointed line in the middle, and a zigzag line to meet it on the other side. And if you have a second, you can kind of just fill that in right now. I'm going to do that now. I have I'm working with a black colored pencil today. Across here, we're just going to make the line for his upper body, and then similar right here, right below, is going to be another line for this part of his body as well. All right, working on his arms here, they're kind of covered by the sides of his cape. I'm going to bring a line that comes kind of slanted down and then in, and then over here, this is going to be for his forearm, so I'm going to bring this around. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to come out and work on the outside of his arm. It's going to follow along the outside of his cape. It's going to come out here, and this will be kind of where his glove is going to be. So the top part of his glove, I'm going to slant down, slant back up, and we're going to draw some zigzag lines outside for the outside part of his glove, which is actually just going to slant in. So 1, 2, 3, and then this will be where his hand will be. I'm going to make kind of almost like his hand is kind of stretched out, but then underneath he's kind of wrapped his fingers around here. Bring it around, and then on this side, and the inside is where his thumb's going to be. And then I'm just going to meet this back up to the inside part of his arm. All right, working on the other side for his arm here, inside again symmetrical, little line here for the inside of his arm here, his elbow, bringing this line curved around, the outside part where his cape is, and then this is where his glove will meet, the inside of his arm. And on the outside of his glove here, we're going to make these zigzag lines. Okay, and this is where his hand's going to be, so we're going to bring a line down, extend it down, and then his fingers are going to kind of curve up and in. Bringing this up and around, and then the inside. So the thumbs are always kind of be on the inside here if the hands are angled toward that direction. And then I'm going to bring this up and meet it in the inside part of his arm here. All right, bring down the inside part of his body. So we're going to just make a curved line in on both sides, again staying symmetrical, and then these lines are kind of vertically down. Like this, and this is where a circle is going to be for kind of an oval shape for his belt, and 2 lines across on both sides. Okay, and let's make some more detail areas here for his belt. Maybe one's on the outside as well. Okay, this is the top part of his leg area here. We're just going to make kind of his bat suit. And then his legs are extended out to the side. So I'm going to make a line that comes kind of almost diagonally down. And then the inside of the leg comes from here. And we'll show a little indication of a line here for his muscle for his leg and up. And then this will be where his kneecap is. And this part slants in where his knee is, and then it kind of extends out and then down for his foot, or his kind of shin area. So in and out. This will be for his calf on the inside, and then down. And then this will where his boot is going to be, and his foot is going to extend out this way. And we'll move it just back up. All right, same thing on this side for his leg. We're going to make a line that comes kind of curved down, and same thing for the outside. And we'll show a little indication of where his thigh muscle is. Bring it up. Here's his kneecap, and then these lines again are going to curve out, kind of like almost like a diamond shape, and in and then back out. And then we're just going to kind of angle them in. And again, you kind of want to stay even with the bottom here, where his foot is going to be. So we're just going to extend it out and then back in. And then we'll indicate the top of his boot, again staying kind of perpendicular or symmetrical, I should say, to the other side. All right, we are missing a very important part of Batman. We're going to extend this part of his cape all the way down. And then I'm just going to make kind of a zigzag line coming across the bottom. And again on this side, you kind of want to measure it where it is on this outside of his arm, and then it just should extend kind of down along the side of his body, and again a zigzag line coming across. All right, so now we are going to start to add some color, and since I have my black colored pencil, I'm going to start with this suit here. I'm first going to indicate some highlight areas. So there's a highlight area here and right below his eye, and then a highlight extends down along the side here. Then he also has a highlight if the light is coming from this angle here. We're going to indicate a light source and a highlight on this side of his cape along this side of his glove. And we'll also put a highlight on this side of his glove as well. Also on his boots, just to give it kind of a bit of a contrast as we show some color, and right here as well. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of fill in all of this space around the highlight area and around his mask. You can take your time on the color part. Just kind of fill it in neat as you can. I kind of go in the same direction as I usually talk about, so I'm kind of just going across, trying to follow these directional lines here. So if his shoulder is coming across this way, kind of just tend to follow that directional line going across as well. And again, same thing on this side, so it's kind of indicating that it's coming across this way, so I just kind of follow that line, kind of curves here, so I'm following that curvature as well, and that's the contour line as we work across. All right, the outside of his gloves. So I'm coloring in those zigzag areas as well. And the back palm, or the back part of his hands, and his fingers. And I'm gonna leave that highlight open because we're gonna add some blue into that area to add that highlight there. All right, same thing on this side. So I'm gonna color in this part of his glove, along the zigzag areas and the back part of his palm or the back part of his hand here, and his fingers. Okay, moving across here to his suit. And then down here for his boots. These are also black. Again, leaving that highlighted area open. And again, the highlight area is just an option. If you don't want to make that highlighted area, you absolutely don't have to. It's just something that I feel adds a little contrast, a little kind of a interest or detail to the piece. All right, I'm going to go into the highlight color. So again, I just chose kind of a bluish color for this. It doesn't necessarily have to be a blue color. You can choose what you'd like for the highlight. And along the boot area here on both sides. And I'm also going to color in this cape. Just filling in this area, again following these contour lines as the cape comes vertically down. I'm using my pencil to kind of vertically follow those lines. We're going to show the inside of the cape here. And then follow the zigzags along the bottom. All right, and this part of his cape as well, under his arm, along his leg here, and this is also the highlight of his glove, so we'll fill that in. And along the bottom of the cape here. All right, so I'm going to jump into yellow to show some sections of his belt. As well as the contrast area around his logo, his Batman logo. Let's go back into that highlight color just for a moment here and fill in a section on his suit. All right, now I have a gray I've selected, so I'm going to use the gray to fill in kind of the rest of his bat suit. So Batman's a fairly simple color scheme. It's a kind of a bunch of darker colors, as a bat would be. On his leg and then his other arm here. I'm just going to fill in some areas I may have missed. And now I'm actually going to get a skin tone color. I'll just use a kind of like a light peach and fill in the opening to his mask here. And that's going to conclude our drawing for Batman. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give him a try. It's a lot of fun. Bye.